morning. It is. Welcome to the oh my God, we're just so bad at this. This is like take 3. Welcome to the Three Sisters Knit podcast. This is episode 67. I have a board, which eventually we're going to put up behind us. Look at this. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Well, episode 67. Yay! Anyways, well, I'm Shelagh. You can find me on Ravelry as Shishi62.
And I'm Margaret, and you can find me on Ravelry as Magpie60.
Yes. We're a knitting podcast. We don't do teaching. We just
talk about our
projects and our yarn and what we've been up to.
Yeah. So we had our 3rd year anniversary a couple of weeks ago, and we had a giveaway, and I know one of the people has received hers, which I'm really happy to hear about. So we're delighted she's received hers, and then we will get the other package out very soon. Anyway, so yes, we are going to talk a little bit about some of the projects we've been working on. I don't think either of us has an FO at the moment.
I do.
Oh, you do. Let's talk about that.
I have 2, but I'm going to talk about one later.
Okay.
Once I talk about everything else. This is, I have to make sure I look at the right side. This is my spring rain shawl.
Oh, it's so pretty. Oh my gosh, it's like feathery
light. It's so light. It's so soft. So this is Spring Rain by Leah Michelle Designs. Like, look at that. And I've blocked it already. I probably could have even blocked it more aggressively than I did, but there's you can see the stitching. So that can be
it's very leaf-like.
Very leaf or feathery. Oh, I should do it this way. It looks better that way. There we go.
Yeah.
So if you like leaves, it can be a leaf. If you like feathers, it can be a feather. That's how I look at it. But oh my God, it is like the softest.
It's so soft.
I got the yarn from South Beach Yarn Co., which is a Canadian yarn dyer. And it is mostly baby alpaca with some silk and cashmere.
That's why it's incredibly soft.
Because I think it's like 20 silk and cashmere or 30-10 or something like that.
So it's like, oh my gosh, when it starts getting chilly,
the halo
you are going to be living in this.
This is just going to be so gorgeous around my neck. I still have to sew the ends in, which isn't bad. I only have 2 ends. Yeah. But yeah, I still have to sew the ends in, but I have washed and blocked it. So. And my grandson sits there and he goes, he sees wool and he goes, Nanny. And he likes it, and he had seen me working on this, and he'd take this and he'd go, soft. So he really likes that. So, but that's it for finished objects. The other one I'll talk about in a little bit. But whips, we've been working on whips. My big things this week have been my monkey socks. Yes. So I turned the heel, because I don't think I'd done that last time. That was where I sort of had the thing last time. So I've turned the heel. And this heel was done just slightly differently to get that effect.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so which I quite enjoy doing.
This is pattern, so it was a new...
it's called, Sock Monkey.
So it's a new style of heel for you.
Is just the bottom part, not this part, just the way that was done. Yes, just that one little part here. Yeah. It was just done a little differently, and I quite liked it. But there is the pattern.
Oh, it's really pretty.
It is so cool. So this is by Cookie A, and on Ravelry, you pay for it. But if you go to knitty.com and look it up, it's free. So. Really nice.
So and look at that heel on there too.
I know. I really like that. I like the contrast. I think that that contrast yarn I picked is perfect for it. Yeah. So I really like it.
So, and then the pattern continues
on the top of the foot.
On the top of the foot, which is really nice too.
And I'm knitting that from my my Rosehaven yarn sock blank of the dancing sheep.
So cute.
Dancing, jumping, whatever, the sheep. So I really enjoy how it's actually working up in this pattern.
Yeah, it is really pretty.
Yes, it is. It's working. It's working up so nicely in this pattern. So
yeah. You know, one of the things, because I know you really like doing lace type work with a lot of like yarn overs and
yes,
things like that. And I don't mind it, but after a certain point, I'm just like, I'm done.
Yes.
so
this one,
while I appreciate that,
yes,
it's like
this one has been quite nice to work on. It's really not that. It's such a simple get going. It's in your head. It's just 11 rows, I think, 11 or 12 rows.
11 or 12 rows.
Yeah, and 3 of the rows are knit.
Oh well, that's always nice. That's always my favorite part. Because like I said, I'm not big on the lacy type.
Well,
work.
and it's very.
So if you have a lot of knits in there,
it's a 16 count, 16 stitch pattern. So once you get that in your head, that it's only 16 stitches, you know, so many are purls at either end, and so many are knit, and then there's a yarn over.
Yeah.
So you get that in your head as it goes around, and really, you're only doing the actual pattern, like yarn over pattern, every other row, and then the row that you're still, it's just knit and purl for the other, for the odd row, say. So it's really so simple to do. It's so simple to do. So that's quite enjoyable. But then I'm also working on, I picked up this. I thought, oh, you know, he's coming soon, so I should get this done. I've started the decreasing, as you can see, and I just joined the balls. I wasn't too concerned. I thought, he's a baby. He doesn't care. Yeah. And you know what? It still looks nice. Even if you look on this side, it still looks nice. And there's some but there's some sections that have the what I call all this stuff where you get the join. The join is. I'm just like, you know what? It's a baby blanket. It's a baby blanket. No big deal. But it's so soft and squishy. Yeah,
I can see a little one, you putting it down on the floor, and the little one just like lying on it, and it'll be very comfortable.
Well, and my grandson, oh my God, it's hysterical. My grandson was playing with a yarn, one of these big tags from the yarn cake.
You put it on his head.
He was wearing it on his head as a crown. He had it over his face so you could see his eyes, and he put it right. And he just thought this was hysterical.
I love how kids they have their imagine. You know, you spend all the money on toys, but it's like, oh, a label. I'll just wear it as a crown.
He had an absolute blast with that. And Layla looked at him like, "What are you doing?" Yeah. So the two grandkids are such completely different personalities. Yes. Such completely different personalities. So. But yeah. Anyways, so and you've been working on.
So I have not. Last time I said, I'm gonna try and be finished. Well, I'm not. So,
but getting much closer.
Much closer. We measured last night, and we figured I have about another
inch and a half, 2 inches, or something like that to do. So before she starts the ribbing.
Before I start the ribbing. So this is where I was last time, and I've essentially done. About an inch or so since the last 2 weeks, but it's coming along. It's doing really nice. Now what I did was I've because you can see how little I have left on that ball. So as you know, I was doing the helical knitting with 2 caked up skeins of yarn. And so I was getting to this stage on the other one, and so I used a Russian join because that Jen, the yarn therapist, suggested the Russian join. She uses that for her sweaters. And so I did that with this cake here. So I'm on to for the body, the 3rd ball, and I'm going to probably have to do the same thing with this one. I'll do that in the next little while. Yeah. Before I start up with my knitting again. And I knit past the join last night, and I'm going to have to do a few more rows because I just...
Then you can see it.
So I can see. But I can't really tell where it is. That Russian join
the Russian
really
join
nice. It was finicky.
It's a little finicky, but I think it really does do a nice join. Yes. It really does. It really does do a fairly seamless join in your work.
In the work. So I had done it before because I had been practicing joins for something, and I quite liked it, but I had to go back and I did look on YouTube. I just searched YouTube for Russian join, and I don't remember who I watched, but I watched it a few times. managed to figure it out. So I'm gonna, because it's been a couple of weeks since I did it, because it's been a couple of weeks, I'm gonna have to go onto YouTube again and before I join up this other little bit of yarn.
Yes.
So so it's coming along really nicely. I'm really happy with sort of what my choices have been so far.
Yes.
Yeah. So I can't wait till it's done.
Yeah.
Not just because I want it done, but because I love it so much.
Yes.
And
I know.
I won't be able to wear it until the fall probably, but
yes,
I don't care.
Yeah.
It's so nice having it. You know, instead of having a whole bunch of yarn sitting there, I now have a sweater.
Especially since you did the sleeves first.
Yeah.
And I think that is
like
huge.
it's going to be like once it's done and I weave in a few ends, because that's the other thing with the helical knitting, there are no ends to weave in. And then the rush and join, there's no end to weave in.
I know.
So it's essentially once I finish the ribbing and you bind off, I have that.
Yep.
And then there's a couple little bits up in the color work part at the neckline, because I think I've already done the neckline, like woven in some of the stuff at the top just to get it done. So I have hardly anything left to do. I think I have
fabulous.
the sleeve ones to do
That's
as well.
absolutely fabulous.
Yeah,
I know.
So I'm thrilled.
It's amazing. It's just excellent how.
So, like I said, I'm really happy with the choices that I made when I was putting it together.
Yes,
and everything.
Well, the colors are phenomenal.
Yeah, and that as well.
And now you're gonna have lots of wool left over. Is it DK or worsted weight?
It's it's the
or is it? Is it Rios?
Yeah, it's the Rios.
Manos de Arboreal Rios. Is that what
Malabrigo.
Malabrigo
Rios, which says it's a worsted weight.
But it looks more like a DK.
I had it with the green yarn is labeled as a DK, and when they seem about the same weight, and I did my swatch, and I managed to get gauge using whatever needle size I ended up using.
Yeah.
So I got gauge. It's working. So I think, we've talked about this before. There are certain yarns that you essentially have to do a gauge swatch to see if it works. And this one, although it's labeled as a worsted, it can work as a DK because it's not.
So it might be a light worsted.
It's a light worsted.
Yeah.
Sort of like when you see a sport weight yarn.
Yes.
Because that one, you don't see a lot of things labeled sport weight.
No.
Yet there's
a lot of patterns with that.
Yeah, and they're sort of somewhere between a fingering and a DK, I think.
Yes.
So depending on the pattern and if you do a gauge swatch, you could use it maybe for either one.
Yes.
So
it could be either a heavy fingering or a light DK.
Yeah.
This sport.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's how this one ended up. So it is a worsted, but I'm using it as a DK.
Yeah.
And
excellent.
And it's working. As I said, I'm just really happy with all the choices I've made.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Well, that's about it for our projects. Now we have a local yarn shop. Well, fairly local. It's in Oshawa. And they're closing their doors, so that's Wool on William. They've been around for only about 5 years. But Leslie's such a wonderful lady, so knowledgeable. She said in her Facebook post that she will still be doing private teaching lessons knitting and things like that. So she's like, at the end of the month, done. She's done. Yeah. So I went to her shop.
Of course, she's selling everything off.
Selling everything off, half price. So I got myself, she had buttons. And I'm not huge on buttons. Margaret's more on buttons.
I love buttons.
So I thought that Margaret would like these. So I got myself these ones for making, look at these little happy face buttons.
Oh my God.
So I got one in every color that she had. So they're all different colors.
That would be adorable on a little
I know.
Kid's cardigan.
So I got like tons of colors to choose, all different shades of blue,
wonderful,
different shades of pink, different shades of green. There's a beige, there's a yellow, a couple different yellows. So those are really nice. So I thought those were adorable. Then she had these adorable little teddy bear ones. I'll have to show you.
Oh, that's so cute.
So I think I got like 5 or 6 of those.
Yeah.
And then she had these gorgeous little heart ones.
Oh, that is
so lovely. I got 5 or 6 of those. So, and all of that came to like, it was like $1.50. Wow. I got all of those. It was like $1. I was like,
wow.
With the discount, it was like Okay. That's why I was like, you need to go for buttons. If you want some buttons, get some buttons. Because it was just excellent. She didn't have a huge selection, but she had some really nice, cute little buttons. I picked up some Sugar Bush drizzle.
I've always wanted to try this brand.
Which is, what's the other one? It's like what is it? The Drops Fable. They're kid silk, I think it is. It's the kid silk. They're 76% kid mohair, 24% silk. So this is the color I got. It's this amazing, and I got 3 of them. I got the last 3. I thought I have to buy these because hello.
Yeah.
So, and
they're gorgeous.
I have a rough idea of what I'd like to do with it, but I don't know if it will work out because I think the other yarn I want it to go with is there's just too much happening for the sweater. I would like, I've seen people doing the ranunculus sweater, and I really like that because you can choose to do it cropped or longer, shorts, like little short sleeves like this, medium sleeves, long sleeves. She has a wide neck or a narrower neck that you can. It's got like such a variation that you can make it. You really make it your own. And people are doing a strand of fingering with a strand of mohair with it, and it's such a beautiful sweater.
Yeah, I know a lot
it's
of people
all stitch. It's all stitch design up here. It's absolutely. It's
like
not
a lacy. Pattern.
Yeah, it's like a lacy pattern. It's all that the design is all in the stitching, in the stitches that they choose for it, and it's not in like color work or anything like that. So it's all stitching, and it just I've seen so many. If you go onto
I'll have to look
onto Ravelry,
it's been a while since I've seen it.
Yeah,
I've heard of a lot of people making it. So,
but I have to get this while I can. Okay. The other ones that I picked up 2 opal.
Oh, nice.
And I think I'll make Alan a pair out of this because my son just loves bright colors. So I'll do that with the toe.
Yes.
In the brown. And then I'll make myself a pair, or my husband. I think I'll make my husband a pair in the brown. Because this is a much harder wearing yarn than the one that I chose that he put the hole through the heel. I still have to figure out what to do with that heel. But I also picked up a pair, a Regia Perfect. I've never used this. Like I've used Regia before, but I've not used their Perfect one. And like that's the pattern is just the striping and all that. They're pretty.
So you start from the inside.
No. You start at the yellow. You do your socks separately. You can cake them until and do separate cakes if you want. But you can just knit from the ball. You take the yellow all off. Yeah. And then you start with the brown. Okay. And then you start knitting. Okay. And then that's how you knit it with the heel and it. These ones look like you're supposed to do toe up. Okay. And then you do the size of sock that you want. Yeah. And then when you finish off, then you find until you get the next yellow band. Oh. There's another one of these inside. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. That's cool. Yeah. So there's no joining or anything. So everything's all, there's one, there's two. So it's 2 pairs of socks in one. But the yellow thread is the divider. So that's the divider between the two. Idea. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's very cool. Yeah, so I thought, well, why not? I'll try that and see how it works. So that's that. Yeah. So that's that. Like I really needed more sock yarn, like I need a hole in the end. I know. But I just thought, no, I have to. I thought she's on sale, and we love Leslie. She's such a wonderful lady, absolutely wonderful lady. So she's just finishing. But we did receive our knit crate for July last week. So and beautiful. The theme was no, it's not Colors of Wonder. So they don't show the picture that they had for their inspiration, but they had pictures. And this one, our colorway that we got was called Light Up. And this is our colorway. It's beautiful. It's sort of a cranberry red, would you say? Like cherry sort of cranberry, yes. So this one, oh my god, it is so soft.
Yeah, it is beautiful.
It is 40% superwash merino, 30% silk, and 30% alpaca.
So the choices would have been Pachyderm, Light Up, and Flying Trapeze.
Yes. So this is Pachyderm.
Is the
and
gray.
I talked a little bit about I'm going, it's very green.
Yeah.
And
but
I'm like,
I think it's supposed to be gray.
It is. It's a gray green, but it's very green,
and
I just don't see Pachyderm with that much green.
Yeah. Yeah, and then these other colors.
And Light Up, I think Light Up, I look at, now this could be like the curtains of the big top.
Yeah.
Sort of thing, but I think Light Up makes me think more yellows myself. Like just the name choices. That's all.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
So if you take a look, there's what they called it, the circus, and these are essentially the colors that they ended up. But as always, they got this very
the book's great.
The book that came with it has some awesome patterns in it.
Yes.
So even though this is more of a, what did you say that was, a worsted weight?
This is a yes, it is. It's worsted weight. We get 150 yards of this. Oh my god, it's like so soft. You never really felt it.
Oh my god.
I know.
Holy cow, is that soft?
I know. So this month they gave you the stitch marker. It's a cute little elephant.
Oh, that is adorable. That's perfect for you.
I was going to give it to you because it's an elephant in ivory. Excuse me.
Why?
I have like eight
elephant
ones. I know. I have a ton of
you like elephant ones.
I do.
But it's from Mermaid City Yarn, and that's me.
That was another reason why I was giving it to you.
I'm going to have to go check her out then.
I have not checked her out online.
So she has a Facebook page. She has an Instagram, and she has an Etsy shop. So I'm going to probably go check her out because that is really adorable.
It is. It's really, really nice.
There we go.
It's an ivory look.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just plastic or something.
Yeah,
but
I know it is.
Yeah, it's adorable though, and the little turquoise. I love turquoise as well.
Yeah,
it's a little turquoise bead.
Yeah,
very sweet.
I know.
Yeah, that one is nice. I will take it.
So you're
and then of course it comes with a lot of patterns.
Yes.
It's a crochet cowl and some fingerless mitts. But then there's also I sock patterns because one of the sock membership
crate. These were the yarn choices for July for the sock membership crate. Now you don't. They've
started something really new that I think is very cool, where you can choose your palette. So you have an option every month of saying, maybe you want some cool colors, or warm, or more neutral. That could be one or the other.
Yeah.
And then you can get in touch with them and tell them. And I don't know if you can. It sounds like you can do it every.
All online.
Yeah. I think you can change it every month.
Yeah.
Now we've opted to just
do whatever you can. Just surprise us. You can. That's an option too.
Yeah. We've loved everything.
All the yarn we've received, even though we sometimes there's still that yellow. I've got. There's still that yellow, and I'm still like, I have no idea what I'm going to do with that.
But I think that would work really well with something else.
Oh, definitely. It definitely has to work with something. It'll go with both those other ones that we received.
We've received some other items that I've looked at them immediately.
They did the single skein ones.
Yes.
And that's those two. Each would fit with the
really
yellow.
well. So we feel like even though that yellow by itself is for our
very
taste,
overwhelming.
It's a little bit much. We can't really see ourselves using it. But with something else, I really think it will work beautifully.
Yes. I think it needs to be like a thin,
a
not so
like in
very much.
Like in the Pure Joy, you know how in Pure Joy there's like a couple of rows in
something
in
like
the contrast
that,
color.
Not so overlap, but I wouldn't want to use
the yellow at the bottom,
at the main contrast color. I wouldn't want to do that.
If it's just a few rows, I think it would.
I think if you did two colors, but did that as the contrast between the other two colors in the Pure Joy. You know what I'm saying? Instead of it just being a 2-color Pure Joy, make it a 3-color.
Yeah. Almost like adding a stripe.
Yeah, use that as the striping that they put in it instead of.
Yes. You could do that. Yeah. If you did where you were doing the pure joy, so you had your main color, and then you were perhaps even your main contrast color,
or even like a tremble
was that's true too.
Yeah.
You anyway. I think there are a lot of options for us to use the color.
I think that we have to start thinking a 2-color one. Start thinking of 3-color, and using that as
adding 2 rows.
Yes.
As a transition.
Yes.
So your second contrast color or something, and but use it as a transition.
Yeah.
Because I think that would work really well too. Yeah. So.
Exactly. So so the patterns are really nice. They've got the fingerless gloves.
They've got a crocheted cowl.
They have
a sock pattern.
It's called After Show, and it's a crochet. One of them's a crochet sort of slipper, and the other one is a sock pattern. I'll see if I can get a picture of them, because those are the crochet sock pattern. There's the knit sock pattern. It's really, really nice. Renata Cam. And then, because I'm interested in the crochet sock, because I think that's very interesting.
Yeah, because you
After Show slippers.
Yeah.
So that's them, which I think is quite. They're almost like elf. They look like the way the edges curl down. They're like elf slippers.
Yeah,
but they're done in like triangles. Yeah. See, there's the sort of rough diagram of how they go together.
Yeah. Oops.
So.
Yeah, so there's a lot of really nice choices there, I think. But anyway, so if you are sort of curious or interested, I think we have our information.
It's on our Instagram.
On our Instagram. We have a link to that, and you can use a code. They've provided us a code
and you'll get
to get a
20% off your very first order from them. Next month is called Take Wing, and this is the inspiration for next month. A bunch of birds. Yeah. And they've done a preview. If you go to their Instagram, they've done a preview.
They have a YouTube channel, actually, and she sort of unfolds. So she shows a really nice photo, a much bigger photo of the birds
and the yarn that's got dyed for it.
Yeah, and so
it's nice.
It's really fun seeing the sort of unveiling of these.
Yes, they're really, really, they're absolutely beautiful. So, but that is that. The last thing.
Yes, Sheila has some big news.
My grandson has been born.
Yes. The most recent addition to the family.
Oh. I just touched something, that's all. Yeah. There he is. Tynan James. It's a family name.
Yep.
I was going to...
So I can see him going by either Ty or TJ.
Yeah. I know. Andrew, my son's thinking Ty.
Yeah.
I've got one shot in here. I have to do this picture. And... Oh, there we go. I'm going to put this one up.
Yeah.
And it's me. And I knit this hat. There's the finished product. It's hard to see, but there's the finished product of my little guy with his hat. It's hard to see the hat. I'm going to maybe I can...
Yeah,
there we go.
And that was leftover...
That was leftover turtle pearl yarn.
It's so cute.
So that was literally... yesterday on the 25th.
Yes.
He wasn't even, he was getting ready to come home from the hospital. He wasn't even 24 hours old. He was like 18 hours old at that point. So, and I did get to see him just not even 2 hours after he was born. I was at the hospital. Well, they didn't get a chance to take their go bag.
Yeah.
So we had to go to the house, pick up the go bag, pick up the dog, and all of this other stuff, and take it off to the hospital. Not the dog. The dog got my house.
Stayed here.
The dog stayed here. And I had Eli in bed, so my brother-in-law watched Eli while we trotted off to the hospital. And prepared. Food, picked up food, because it had been over 12 hours since Patty had last eaten. So, so they were like starving. And even though it was McDonald's, they were like thrilled.
Yeah.
Absolutely thrilled. So, but there's one picture, like, look at this. There's an amazing, this is my daughter-in-law. This was literally half an hour after she delivered. And everybody's commenting when they posted it on Facebook. are you sure you just delivered a baby?
She looks amazing.
She looks
amazing.
A little tired maybe, but other than that, she looks like phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I'm just so happy. I'm over the moon.
Yeah.
And he was 7 pounds. We were so worried he was going to be such a big baby.
A big baby.
And he was really only like about, I think she was like 38 weeks. Yeah, so he's 7 pounds, and we were worried about his head size. And because her first one was 5 weeks early, and he was 6 pounds 12 ounces at 5 weeks early. That's a good size preemie. Like, that's a good size preemie.
I didn't weigh that much, and I think I was full term.
I know. So we thought for sure that he would be, because your second is generally bigger.
A little bit bigger,
so we don't know what size Eli would have been at full term.
Yeah.
But he definitely probably would have been closer to 8 pounds, we think. Whereas this one, pretty much full term, 38 weeks instead of 35, and he was only 7 pounds.
Yeah.
But out of all 4 of my grandbabies, he's the longest.
Yeah.
So
20.5 inches or
20.8 inches.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
So that is small. That's a long baby.
That is.
But I was holding him last night, and he didn't seem long because he was still all
he's still
crunchy,
fetal,
crunched up, and oh my gosh, it's funny though. You hold them, you see them, and you're like, I don't remember them being that.
I
tiny.
know, they're just so tiny.
Oh my gosh, and now his big brother looks like this big
hulking
guy.
Yes. Expect him to talk better and be driving the car almost.
Yeah, he seems like this great big kid. But whereas like last week he seemed like this little tiny toddler guy.
Yes,
now he seems like a great big kid.
Yeah, I know. But I've had him over here a lot because she was put on bed rest because she did go into premature labor.
Yeah.
So she was on bed rest, so my son would drop off my grandson.
Yeah.
So.
But so that's our big news, or Sheila's big news,
Yep.
and new addition to the family.
And there's Margaret holding them.
That was me last night.
Yeah,
holding the little guy.
Yeah,
oh, he's so cute.
He's such a good like already.
Yeah,
he's like seems
to
have
like a good baby.
Generally the same temperament as his brother at this point, which we will see.
We'll see.
That can change, as we're all aware.
Yes.
So. But one of the things we want to talk to is a save the date if you're up in Canada in the Ottawa area.
Mm-hmm.
There is the upcoming, it's the second annual LEEDS Grenville Fibre Extravaganza. It's Saturday, September 21st, and this is where it's being held.
Mm-hmm. They have a Facebook page, so it's definitely worth checking into.
Yes.
If you are in that area. I think this is the second year she's holding it.
Yes.
And
the first 200 customers are gathering people through the doors receive a collectible stitch marker. Apparently this is one of the things that they're trying to do. Every year they're going to have a collectible stitch marker to go with the basic theme of the entire event. They're going to have roughly a theme.
Mm-hmm.
So that is really, really nice. And there's a lot of they're pretty much Canadian dyers and
some of the names we're familiar with.
Aberdeen Wool Company.
Mm-hmm.
Who else have we seen? There's
Sheep's Ahoy.
Yep.
Van Dyke Design.
Yes.
She does beautiful.
Oh
project
yes,
bags.
I bought you one,
mm-hmm.
and I've got one of her project bags. Yeah. North Bay Fibers. There's there's like a whole list of them, and I'm sure there's going to be more. But
she gave us
a list of vendors. Yeah, so they may
definitely check out the Facebook page again.
Yes.
It's the LEEDS Grenville Fibre Extravaganza, and Brenda is the
woman who's organizing it.
Yeah,
but so there's the information for it. So. If you're in that area or plan on visiting that area around that time,
mm-hmm.
You should check it out. Check it out because let it get going. It is the second year, and I think that it's we need to boost this community.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. So yes. So is there anything else? Did you have another finished object you were going to talk about?
It was the baby hat.
Right. The hat.
His little baby hat, and it was actually too big. Because we were expecting a larger size head, and he was actually had an average size head. I know.
Because the males, like your husband's family, is known for.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I know.
Sheila was very aware of that when she was giving birth.
Oh yes, very, very aware.
So
yeah, I know. So yeah, so it was actually too big,
which is good.
I'd rather it be too big than too small. So, and I tried it on my granddaughter, and she's like 3.5 months. So I put it on her, and it fit her head. It was snug, but it fit her head, and I thought, well, it should fit him. Yeah. It should fit him. Yeah. So
in 3.5 months, you'll probably want to wear it.
Yeah. And he may need to wear it 3.5 months. The weather's getting cooler. Yeah. So.
Yep.
Perfect.
So it's perfect.
Yes. And I should have that blanket done for when it's cooler.
Yeah.
Don't need anything like that right now.
No.
But yeah, wanted to get it done. So, other than that, I think that's it for today.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you so much for joining us. We may or may not be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I might be at the cottage, so
in which case we'll push it off a week.
Yes, and so it might be a month before we record or something like that. So. Because I'll be at the cottage for like a week and a half or something like that. So.
Yeah. So, anyway, I hope you will join us next time when we do get ourselves together.
Yes.
And thank you again so much for joining us this time.
Really